All right, guys, so we're going to go through our updated Super 7. So the first thing we're going to do in the Super 7 is we want to keep this into 7 minutes. So 40 seconds on, 20 seconds rest is like optimal. But again, you want to go to tolerance. So if it's the day before you're pitching, maybe you go 30-30. It's the day that you're pitching, maybe you go 20-40, 20 seconds work, 40 seconds rest. The day after, maybe you want to go 20-40 or 30-30. But you want to be working up to, around your starts, working up to 40 minutes, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. So the first one we're going to do, sounds really simple, is just up on your tippy toes. That's the first exercise, digging your toe into the ground and going up for 40 seconds. Now, what I find with guys is they do a couple things. They'll lean over and do this, no good. You want to assume military posture and up on your tippy toes as best you can, okay? You are going to start to feel your ankles, your calves, and your shins start to burn, because it's one of those exercises where the first few you're like, this is kind of easy, but then all of a sudden about halfway through, you're starting to burn really bad. So the first thing is your ankles. Second thing we're going to do is reverse toe touch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down, I'm going to have my fingertips on the ground, keep my eyes level, back straight, and I'm going to extend my legs, but I'm going to keep kind of looking forward and keep my back straight, okay? So we're going to go about 40 seconds here, okay? Make sure that you don't get into a little of this, okay? Make sure that you're trying to keep your back straight and looking forward as best you can and straighten out your legs. You're going to find that burning deep into your hamstrings and the back of your calves. Third one's a body weight squat. So there's a couple different variations if you want to escalate it, okay? Very simple, shoulder width, drop your butt back, up and down, and you're going to do 40 seconds body weight squats. If you want to make it a little bit more difficult, you can do what we call a prisoner squat and drop straight down with your elbows back. You'll also find in a prisoner squat, it'll stretch out your back a little bit more, so we want to work about 40 seconds of those as well. Again, tolerance is the key. All right, so our next one's going to be our lateral lunge. We're going to go left first and then right. So these are the next two exercises. So the way we're going to do the lunge is we're going to lift, stride, glide, lunge. Come back. Lift, stride, glide, lunge. Okay? Lift, stride, glide, lunge. So we're going 40 seconds that way, 20 seconds off. And then we're going reverse. Okay? Now, you'll find, like I do, is that you don't have the same, like, kind of coordination going the opposite way, but you have to be able to do this on both sides. So we're going to stride left, stride right, 40 seconds, 20 seconds. Those are our next two exercises. So our next one is going to be a little challenging. It's called a Cossack squat or a side-to-side squat. We're going to come down here. And what I like to do is sometimes in the Cossack squat, you see people, their head kind of go side to side like this. I like to kind of keep the head in the middle for dynamic balance. So if you got to put your fingers on the ground, go ahead and do that. That's fine. But I like to see the head stay in the middle. If you want to take your hands up, no problem. You could do that too. Going wider is not necessarily better. You could end up hurting yourself. Going too close together, you got to have that kind of stance where you're able to move side to side, but it's still challenging. So, side to squat. All right, so the last exercise, Super 7, is wrestler squats. Wrestler squats, we're going to start with our hands to the side. Probably easier for me to show you from the side. Hands to the side. We're going to row, drop down, and come up. Don't do this. Okay? Try and keep your back as straight as you can. And come forward. We do 40 seconds. If you want to turn this into an exercise that's absolutely brutal, you can start here and use 5-pound dumbbells. And this gets unbelievably harder when you do that. So real easy to load wrestler squats. Last exercise, Super 7.